fun mood lighting in the studio today. I like it. I can't really see how great it looks. I'm going to check this out later, but so far it looks flirty on this monitor here.
I look like I'm in hell.
Well, Dan, aren't you always, though?
Yeah, kind of.
I look like the Blue Man Group, and I don't mind that either, okay? Those guys are still great. Still doing it every single day in and day out in Vegas. I'll Blue Man Group it up today. I'm not gonna complain too much today. I was gonna fucking rage before I came in here, D'Anthony, about just mindless bullshit because I'm kind of waiting for the robots to take over at this point. Because customer service of any form, shape, or color is out the window. We can just be done with that. Humans in general just want to kind of pass off everything else to another human and another human, and then you take care of it. So I'm not going to bitch about that today. Why? Because when we walked in, I saw a clip of Rudy Giuliani claiming that he was slapped. Dan, he was slapped. And it could have broken his back. So I read the text first, and I read his statements first before watching the actual video, and I was like, damn, dude, maybe Rudy did get fucking slapped. I saw him on The Masked Singer, watching with my kids. It looked like he was having some problems. You know, older guy starting to hunch over a little bit. Nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, it's shrimp back.
Yeah, is that what they call it?
Yeah, it happens to little dogs too. Like small dogs, their back starts to bow up.
Shrimp back is what it's called? Is that real?
Yeah, it's the shape of a fucking
No,
shrimp.
it makes sense, dude. I've just never heard that.
Look, man, gravity's a bitch.
I'm taking shrimp back. It is, and there's nothing you can do, which is why I felt bad when I read this story. Then I watched the video, and I don't know that it was any more than what you would give your grandfather, just like a little pat on the back.
Yeah, it didn't look like I haven't read any of the articles or anything that maybe would provide more context, but it didn't look at all like the guy was being a dick. It looked like he was like, oh, it's Rudy. Hey, what's up, buddy? No,
it definitely wasn't. So he said, thanks, asshole, in regards to the Roe v. Wade decision.
What did Rudy Giuliani have to do with that?
So they're blaming Trump for it, right? Because he put these Supreme Court justices on the thing. Giuliani worked for Trump.
Sure.
It's a long chain now of people who are tied to other people, and it's everybody else's fault. Mind you, Biden had statements about abortion years ago that nobody really seems to fucking care or bring up, which is shocking to me, and we'll show those in a little bit here. But in the meantime, I was reading this article, and I'm reading the text, and he was attacked. Dan, he was attacked. Things got crazy. He almost died. He almost got his back broken. And we'll show the video here and let you guys decide.
Trigger warning.
Oh, trigger warning. I wish we had a nice, fun graphic for trigger warning.
It's like a trigger warning with like it's the scream from Crime Corner.
Man, this should almost be a Crime Corner at this point. This is wild. If you're watching, thank you. There we go. Crime Corner, Rudy Giuliani. You guys be the judge. All right, let's show the footage and see how Rudy almost broke his back. All right, there he is in the middle. We all know what Rudy looks like, okay? There it is. Hey, bub. Oh, no.
Assault, brother.
Oh, my.
And what was worse? The woman standing next to him, like patted it and rubbed him like he was a toddler. Like, oh, sorry, little buddy. He's 78 years old.
We got to run that back.
You got to run it back. In case you're just tuning in, Rudy Giuliani was assaulted. Show the clip, Bob.
Can you play it? I don't think I can watch it again.
No, Bob.
It's just a level of violence.
You have to. Okay? There it is. There's Rudy having a nice conversation with some patrons. The bread is great. Oh, God. Oh. Bob, can you do a Jimmy Stewart? Just rewind this clip and then do a shocked Jimmy Stewart over Giuliani getting patted on the back.
Whoa, hold on a minute now. Why'd you do that? That's America's mayor. You can't assault that man. It was horrible. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
That made the day worth it.
Yeah.
It made the day worth it. I was going to bitch about somebody at Home Depot today, and I decided, nah, fuck it. Nobody wants to hear that. Same that nobody wants to hear this. Nobody wants to hear you were assaulted with a barely little tap.
Wait,
you might not like the comments the guy said, but
sure.
That's not an assault charge, brother.
No. Is this Did you guys see a story popped out mid last week where Dan Crenshaw got attacked by somebody? I'm pretty sure it was Primetime Stein. And what happened was Stein was around him, calling him Eye Patch McCain, filming him with his phone, and then apparently, not apparently, you can see on video Crenshaw's campaign staffers go after Homeboy and try to slap his phone out of his hand and all kinds of shit.
Okay.
And then the news story ran, I think it was on AP actually, that Crenshaw and staffers attacked in public by a man calling him Eye Patch McCain. It depends on how you define attack, I suppose, right?
Well, we'll define it as how Rudy Giuliani defined it. This is an alleged felony assault, according to him. And so the suspect said, "What's up, scumbag?" and just gave him a little pat on the back. Let's face it, was that a Whole Foods? I mean, that's pretty much par for the course at Whole Foods. We're all beneath the workers at Whole Foods. All of us.
Well, they're all Amazon workers now.
Yeah, exactly. We're all beneath them, though. They treat us like shit, and they look down on us, and it's like, oh, what, you don't want to pay $80 a pound for that granola that your child just picked up? Sorry, fuck off, poor. You fucking poor. If this isn't a Whole Foods, then I understand. But he said, "What's up, scumbag?" And Giuliani told the New York Post that he felt a tremendous pain, Dan, in the back. And the guy was yelling at him about the Supreme Court. Now, the suspect was arrested for a felony assault. It's a felony. This is a strange loophole because Rudy is over 65 years old. I did not know that was on the state books in New York. If you're out in New York in these streets tonight, don't pat somebody in the back over 65 because that could be considered a felony. We do have an update, though. As of 45 minutes ago, the suspect, Daniel Gill, was charged with 3 misdemeanors: assault, menacing, and harassment, according to the criminal complaints. Giuliani told prosecutors Gill made him stumble forward. Said the injury caused physical injury, including but not limited to redness, swelling, and substantial pain to the back and left side of his body, as well as causing informants to be placed in fear of physical injury and becoming alarmed and annoyed. Now, the last word is where I'm at today. Like, I'm annoyed by shit that happened today, but there's nothing I can do about it. Like, this is nothing. But that's 3 misdemeanors for Homeboy. And that's kind of it. Now, the law enforcement who had to go and investigate this says, "It's much ado about nothing, it seems. It was a pat. This whole fucking thing is a stretch," is what he said.
Yeah, it's definitely a stretch. You have to wonder, like Giuliani presents himself as a conservative. You have to wonder about somebody who's been in power trying to use the power of the state to shield themselves from criticism.
Right.
Not a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Or trying to cast this as some kind of violent attack or something like that. It's kind of ridiculous.
But that's the thing. Look, if you take these jobs, these political positions, this is going to fucking happen to you. People are unhappy right now. This is on both sides. People are unhappy right now. Everybody's head should be on a goddamn swivel at this point. Democrats and Republicans, because people are out of fucks to give. And if there's a recession that kicks in next year, like we're expecting, shit's going to get even worse.
Somebody in the chat here keeps saying that it looks like they're saying that the guy had a weapon in his hand.
Sure didn't.
Can we replay it? I don't see a weapon anywhere.
Again, avert your eyes. We'll replay it. Avert your eyes.
Here's both. Well, so I'll play it in slow-mo here.
Wait. His left hand? No.
Yeah,
So
there's something in his left hand, but
It looks like he's wearing gloves or something.
the right hand is clearly empty as far as we can tell.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, that hand alone is a weapon.
Left hand might be holding something. Yeah, I mean, we don't know if this guy is just a weapon in his own right.
Right. Is he trained?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's how Nicolas Cage went to jail in Con Air.
That's true.
The judge was like, "You are a weapon unto yourself,
Yeah.
sir."
Yeah. Chuck Norris had to register his hands as weapons, right?
I think so.
Yeah, you would think, though, like you can see the person's hands now. It looks like something is changing hands right there. Right? Back it up. Back or to the left. You see that? Now there's something in their hands, but it looks like a fucking, like car keys or a piece of paper or something. like it's something small. It doesn't look like a gun or a knife or anything like that.
No. And this guy is only charged. I want to say this. So they did an investigation. He's only been charged with the 3 misdemeanors that I said. If there was something bigger, they would have clearly charged him with that.
Well, certainly the people that are there right now would be talking about it to the press.
Yes. If it was some form of weapon, are you kidding me? Yeah.
Feels a little bit soft as far as like confrontations go, coming from a guy who put the entire mafia in jail.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like having lived through all of that, I would be a little more hard-shelled on some, like, hippie being like, fuck you, man.
Well, the other part of this is, with this statement, just reading it aloud for the first time, Giuliani is a lawyer. So, of course, he would speak like this because he's trying to use legal language to get the highest form of prosecution here out of this guy. But let's face it, man, this is a no harm, no foul. Move on about your life. People are going to be unhappy about what you do in politics, no matter which side you're on. A pat on the back and somebody calling you a scumbag, probably the easiest thing you're going to get.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, you and I have been to some of these rallies where the opposition will show up for whoever it is and then scream out that they want their whole fucking family dead. So a little pat on the back and a scumbag isn't terrible.
I mean, not a politician, but fucking Jody Sweetin got tossed to the curb today.
Goddamn right she did.
Yeah.
That's up next, kids. Full House star thrown into the streets. Thrown into the goddamn streets. So Jody Sweetin is on on Fuller House on Netflix. Was on Full House before that. And she grew up and got bombs, Stan. She got real huge tits. Really, really huge tits. Nice person, by the way. I have worked with her a few years ago, and she is a lovely person. However, what I can't figure out is she was protesting abortion in Los Angeles. That is a state that is currently not one of the ones listed, so I'm not really sure what that's going to do in your own state.
Yeah.
You might want to go to another state for something like that. If you're trying to get something done, I don't know why you're fighting the police in your own state where it's going to be legal. That one doesn't really make that much sense to me. Now, it appears from the footage that they were on a highway.
Oh, they're blocking traffic.
They are blocking traffic. Okay. So go ahead and play this clip. Oh, you have it in color too?
Yeah, I think they shot. I think they shot it in color. To be fair,
Giuliani, we only had black and white.
I know.
Wow.
Well, that was like a security video.
Yeah, but still, this is nice. This is in color.
Yep.
Really treating ourselves today. Whoa! Was that her?
yeah.
Oh.
To be honest, I don't think they were trying to put her on the ground. I think she tripped.
She's just cut it. She's just got bad footwork, man.
Well,
she needs to hit the drills.
It's man. Is there?
Look, they pushed her in the back, which is pretty bitchy for a bunch of dude cops to do.
No, it was a woman who did it actually. But
was it? Okay.
Yeah, but the footing up there on this mountain in LA, it's tricky if you're not wearing the proper footwear. I'd recommend some No Bull shoes for something like that. A pair of New Balances or some Skechers shape-ups aren't going to do it there. But that's a slide.
It's a rough fall.
That's a rough fall. That's a rough fall on the asphalt. So if that happened to Giuliani, sure, But this was a polite shove of like, hey, not today. You're not crossing this line.
Get out of the fucking street.
Yeah, just get out of the street. Just get out of the street.
It really is bizarre because, like, this is Los Angeles County. So, like, what do? You're blocking traffic for people who agree with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Go to.
I don't really get it.
Pop over to Arizona if you want. Like,
Sure. I just go to another state. But your own state is cool with it. And here's my issue with it is these police officers have to work and do this bullshit, and then they have to put themselves at risk for these fucking videos to go viral because they had to shove somebody out of the street. But she was clearly trying to cross them and go up the mountain to the other side. Jody, come on. Jody, you're better than that,
Well, not really. She was a meth head for a while.
Oh, Dan, it was tough, man. If you grew up with Uncle Danny all those years, and he was doing those Bullwinkle impressions over and
That's
over.
Uncle Joey.
Oh, is it Uncle Joey?
Danny's the dad, I believe.
Oh, that's right. Joey was the one that Alanis Morissette went down on in a theater. If you had to hear the Bullwinkle shit all day, you'd probably want to smoke some meth, right?
I don't know. I would probably switch to something that dulled my brain and not something that kept me up for 4 days.
yeah, like you don't need this thing crawling on the ceiling and shit.
No, there it is. There it is. Look at that fun little puppet, that guy. Oh, fuck. You know, I miss those days. Saget's dead now, so we got nothing. We got nothing over there. Uncle Joey still looks fine. He was back doing that show for Fuller House.
Yeah, Sir Dave Coulier.
Yeah, Stamos is still Stamos. Now they're throwing huge-titted Jody around on the street. That hurts. It's a strange world out there, you know? But prayers up for Giuliani. You know, you can go and donate to wherever hospital he's staying in or something.
I think it's the Ronald McDonald House. Is that right? No.
I did see somebody the other day, though, when he was walking on the street. Was it the Thanksgiving? Oh, God. It was that long ago. Jesus Christ. It was either like some parade or Thanksgiving event or something like that, where somebody screams out at him, and he just stopped and said, fuck you to these people, because politically they didn't like what he said. I feel like it was recent. But then again, I feel like everything's recent.
Why not? Yeah.
'Cause we're in a studio.
That feels more New York of him.
Yeah, exactly. And it was. And I was like, all right, cool, Giuliani. Tell these people to fuck off.
Fuck me, fuck you.
Yeah. Like, I think Giuliani should have gone with an old school, like, open-handed slap.
He does point and yell something in the
does,
video.
yeah.
You don't know what.
I don't either.
I think he said quit it in a very high-pitched voice.
Quit it. Like
But
that?
like, quit it. Whiny and high-pitched. But with a New York accent, I can't do one, so it's
Sure.
like...
Sure. Yeah, who knows? And then Sweetin was getting tossed around. Crazy day. Crazy day. Pull up. Do you have the courtroom footage of... man, that one was crazy, too. It's been a wild day full of clips today. This is why you should subscribe to Drinkin' Bros podcast on YouTube or on Patreon. Dan's got a sweet Patreon episode coming out here in a couple days with Dr. Robert Malone. But if you can subscribe, you got to click the bell and then turn on your notifications on the phone. It's all you have to do. It'll come right to you, and you can see these clips. This was a fucking crazy story. So a dude, his girlfriend got stabbed to death, and then this guy, after he stabbed her, took his 3-year-old son and just threw him off a bridge into the river. Was it the Ohio River, Bob?
I didn't read the story yet.
So-
I'm not really like in the mood today to read about a fucking toddler getting
I know,
murdered.
it's awful. It's awful, isn't it?
Not even murdered, like dying in terror in a fucking like I can't. Like I
Thrown
just
off
cut
a
this guy's
bridge.
fucking head off.
And that's what I say, right? And as a father, when something like this happens to you, or you potentially think about it, and I think all of us have at some point, something fucked up were to happen, what do you really do, right? So this guy got to see the person who did it in court for the first time, and, well, he just jumped over the railing, which is what all of us probably
At
would've
minimum.
done.
I mean, I'd do it for less. Like that fucking dad who tried to beat the shit out of Larry Nassar.
Oh, yeah.
But asked politely first, like, Judge, can I just have like 5 minutes with
I
Larry?
just would have gone and done it.
Right, yeah.
Just do it and then deal with the repercussions later.
Well, there's actually some precedent for this. I'm sure you've all seen the black and white video of the guy that waited in the airport for the prisoner transport of the guy that raped his daughter, and he just walked up and shot him right in his fucking head.
Yeah.
As he walked by.
Which is awesome.
He served 0 days in jail.
No shit.
Nor should he.
Right, and I agree.
How'd he get out of that? Was it like
yeah,
He just told him, he was like, fucking
interesting?
whatever.
This is what Cain Velasquez is up against in Vegas,
Yeah,
right?
I would.
Yeah.
Well, he acted recklessly. This guy only killed the person or harmed the person he was trying to. I think if you do that, to be honest, find 12 people that are going to convict that guy.
I agree. And which is why I think they're going to have a really hard time in Vegas with Cain Velasquez. I don't
The
know.
only difference is he's popping off in traffic and shit.
Nah, never mind. It was in Santa Clarita. He's from Vegas. Oh,
Yeah.
Fuck. Who knows? California's.
Don't blame him, but I mean, just take the guy down at the bar, you know.
I know. So we'll show this footage here because this was rad. But yeah, and I'll tell you how many days this guy got. Go ahead, Bob. There's the defendant. Boom! Oh!
Fucking go.
You always wonder how many shots you can get in. He got about 3 punches to the face.
I mean, he got a good cheap shot on him, like right in the fucking.
Up in 560 now.
Yeah.
Scott?
And then this police officer is saying, let the system work, let justice work. At that point, though, if you do that, if you throw my kid off a bridge and murder my wife, you can forget about the system. I don't really care about the system at that point.
At that point, you have to like decapitate this dude, like in Hereditary, just with a guitar string or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is not.
So you can pop out of this, Bob. So they arrested him there, and then he ended up getting 7 days in jail for punching this dude.
Worth it.
Ah, yeah.
Easily. In fact, honestly, I'm annoyed, not annoyed, but I'm upset he only used his fist.
Right.
I would have picked up a fucking chair at the very least. I mean, like, just.
And just gone for it.
Oh, yeah. Cave this dude's fucking face in.
You get this much time, though, and God damn it, man, I've thought about how much time you get jumping the railing like that.
Yeah.
3 punches is great. That's about the most you can get. And there was, they were a little larger officers, and they were women, so they weren't going to stop him immediately. He might have been able to get one more off if you're giving notes on something like that.
I mean, like if you're, if you happen to find yourself in this kind of situation, a piece of broken glass with athletic tape wrapped around it works really well.
It does. So how do you get it in is the question, because I was just thinking about that on the way here.
Well,
glass doesn't show
you
up
go through a
on-
metal detector, that's it.
But once you're inside, you think you'd be able to shatter a window pretty quickly in a bathroom or something?
You bring the glass with you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just go through a metal detector. If you've been into a court or whatever, it's not like the fucking TSA where you got to put your fucking arms up or whatever. Like,
No, they don't do a millimeter scan at most courthouses. If maybe at federal courthouses, I actually don't know.
Here's the thing. I was doing research for a book, and I was looking it up of how to get something in, and I probably shouldn't have been typing this into the internet, but whatever. It's all too late at this point. They said a 3D gun made out of plastic, and I wanted to ask you about that because I remember there was a banned book on Amazon, and that it was how to make a 3D gun out of plastic.
I mean you can 3D print one, but those things do not work well.
I was gonna say, right?
That's you're taking you get if you got one shot, then a blunt or sharp object in a melee attack would be your best bet.
Okay.
Especially if you're approaching the guy from behind like that, you just put the blade right here at the base of the skull, and it'll separate his brain stem from his brain, and he's dead immediately.
So you wouldn't go around to the neck.
That takes. There's a lot of ways to handle that, but like either push it through the base of the brain right here, or if it's long enough, if it's 3 or 4 inches long, you can go straight through the trap right here and pop the heart. Go on the left side.
I almost feel like this is worthy of a Patreon video of you teaching people how to do this,
son tossed off a bridge.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, horrific story, dude. And
Horrifying. I can't think of a worse way to watch my kid die.
So the only other story that I heard remotely close to that was you and I covered a story during, I think maybe it was like the early stages of COVID of somebody chucked a kid, like a mentally fucked up dude threw a kid off like the 5th floor of the Mall of America or whatever that was.
Oh, inside the mall. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that kid. He didn't die.
He lived, but still, that's all fucked up. And like, even you sue a guy like that, that guy doesn't have any fucking money. You're fucked.
If you do go for the front side, though, you want to get the blade behind the esophagus and pop it out until you hear a crack and a hiss, like that.
How much force do you need?
I don't know. Like, I don't know foot-pounds or anything like
Okay.
that, but it's not very difficult. I mean, you want to act with conviction.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Or,
anyways.
just be a constant supply of cigarettes for the 8 meanest people in his jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, the streets are calling out for Nipsey Hussle because that trial's going underway now.
Yeah.
Out in L.A.
In this trial, though, I don't know the other details. Like, if I had more children, I'm not just going to go murder the guy. Right, because then my other kids have to live the rest of their lives without me as well, and I'm not doing anybody any favors by doing that. There's plenty of ways to handle this dude without fucking your life up.
Yeah, I agree. So this wasn't like a random act of violence either. This was he put the mom inside of a bag and then tried to bury her in the river. I mean, it was a whole fucking thing that he was trying to get away with, and I guess maybe tossing the kid was they were going to say he jumped or drowned or something like that, but it was a whole process, and they ended up catching this guy. But what a fucking crazy story, man. It's awful. But there's a bunch of wild shit today, dude. Brittney Griner came in today for her trial is going to start pretty soon in Russia. I'm sure that's going to be fair. I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yeah.
She's looking at 10 years. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's stupid. That's not going to happen. I mean, so right now the Russian government, their legal system is trying to pump this up so they can get the best return from the United States government. That's what this is right now.
You got a picture of her, Bob?
Yeah, look at this photo.
Yeah, I mean, she looks freaked the fuck out, and rightfully so. She's in a goddamn Russian prison. She's a WNBA star.
So she looks like she could fuck that dude up behind her.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a woman walking in front of her. It looks like she could choke that woman to death if she wanted to. I don't see this ending any fucking time soon, though. I really don't. Because they're going to want something that Biden's not prepared to give. He's in enough fucking bullshit right now that it doesn't really matter anyways. So, I mean, it's a no-win situation here for Homeboy. And the other part of this is, what if she really did have hash oil in her suitcase? And you are in somebody else's, country.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to Singapore and do that and they catch you, it's death.
Yeah.
Like the first drug importation offense in Singapore is death.
Death, yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, if she is actually guilty of this, which is a fucking huge question mark, like I don't trust the Russian government at all.
Sure.
But just hypothetically, I mean, at that point, then it becomes more of like an Otto Warmbier situation, right? Where it's like, dude, you're in fucking North Korea. What did you expect when you stole something?
Wasn't there a situation in Singapore in the 90s where the kid got lashed?
he got flogged
Yeah.
publicly, because he sprayed graffiti on something. I don't remember.
He got
what it was.
caned.
Yeah, caned, yeah.
Yeah, it was sweet. I wonder what happened to that guy. There's got to be a where are they now with the guy who got caned. Look him up, Bob. I think his name was Michael something. It was a huge story back in the day when I was a kid, and it was just like, oh boy, he's going to get caned. In
Michael
the
P.
streets.
Fay.
I was right. It was Michael.
Yeah.
What's he doing now?
93 is when it happened?
Oh, wow. He's from St. Louis.
He's from the Lou.
What do you
Do
know?
we have the applause today for Bob? There it is. St. Louis in the house.
What do you know?
Proud of you, Bob. Proud of you,
I
Bob.
wonder where this guy went to high school.
No, notice how he went that go a little longer today because he hates St. Louis.
Yeah. This is hilarious. His first thing in his Wikipedia after where he's from is, as a child, he was diagnosed with ADHD. Like, I don't think that's going to come up in the Singapore thing.
Come on. He needed to spray paint just to get rid of his ADHD that time?
I guess, yeah. So Faye is currently working as a casino manager in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, fuck yes.
Right on the river. I know where that's at.
Yeah.
You're right there in the Cincinnati border right there. Yeah.
Indiana, too.
Oh, yeah. That's a little triangle of death in there, dude. You can really fight the boredom with some meth and some riverboat gambling. They only move that boat out maybe about 20, 30 yards, too. And then you're stuck there for 4 hours.
So it looks like he was caned on his butt. He was spanked.
Oh, was it on the bottom?
It left a few streaks of blood running down his buttocks.
Builds character.
Yeah, that's fine.
And by the way, it sounds like they were pretty chill about it. He noted that the prison officer guided him through the ordeal, saying, okay, Michael, 3 left, 2 left. Okay, 1 more. You're almost done, buddy.
Is that what he said?
Well, he didn't. I added the buddy.
Okay. All right.
Otherwise,
That buddy was in parentheses.
Yeah.
There.
It was in air quotes. How many lashes did the kid get?
I think it was 13, something like that.
he was naked except for a protective rubber pad fixed on his back.
They do it naked, huh? So
Yeah.
they drag you out there dicking balls in the street? Is it in the street? Is it
No,
in front
it
of
was in
people?
his cell.
Oh, fuck. That's it?
The flogger was a doctor, by the way, too. So it was a real medical procedure here.
Boy.
They even protected his back so they wouldn't miss.
But only,
Yes,
yeah. Now, what I want to know is, were they nice enough? Like, when I was paddled in my fraternity, they were like, hey, real quick. Did you tuck your balls up?
It was 6.
6? 6 lashes, huh? No shit.
He was originally sentenced to 6, but he got 4 on appeal.
I would
So we only got 4. What the fuck?
love the semantics of that.
That was
Yeah.
like a big story.
I mean,
I
the-
remember as a kid, it was like a big story, and they were like, this could happen to you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, but it's that's a teachable moment, right? Like, don't fuck around in other people's. Not everywhere is America.
Well, everybody says it's super clean over there, and they take pride in it, and they're like,
It's-
hey, don't come and fuck it up.
It's like a nicer, it's pretty dystopian, but like polished.
Yeah,
All right. I'll take that.
by
it's like North Korea, but they actually have all the stuff.
Right.
Remember that part of the interview where they drive by and the food is all fake and shit?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
Singapore, the food is real.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of the richest countries in the world, right?
Is it really?
Well, per capita, yeah.
I didn't know that. That's fun. Is it fun there? Other than the lashings and the
I
spray
mean,
paint?
drugs are illegal.
Yeah,
You can
don't-
drink and shit.
And you get killed for it.
Drugs are illegal.
Oh,
over
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
like weed.
don't get caught.
Got it.
Like
got
all
it,
that
got it.
shit that was going on in the Philippines where the president down, that lunatic down there was just like, oh, we're just going to start killing people that use drugs.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, you're fucking crazy. Singapore has always done that.
Wow.
And it's still a pretty hot destination spot, too.
Well,
It's just don't do cocaine and you won't die.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
just make sure you do it all on the plane before you get off.
for sure. for sure. What's the country that's got it's open to everybody? Norway or
That's what do you mean open to everybody?
Amsterdam?
Legal?
You can just do
Portugal's
Coke,
everything's
all the-
legal.
Oh, Portugal?
Portugal and Holland are both kind of like that, but Holland has more rules than Portugal. Portugal, it's not legal; it's just all decriminalized. So if you get caught using if you get caught trafficking stuff, then there's a problem, right?
Right.
But if you get caught using drugs, then they put you through a process to figure out whether or not you're an addict or not. And if you're not, they're just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you're not ruining, if you still have a stable job and you're not selling the fucking metal out of your mouth to buy more drugs,
Right.
it's like, all right, cool, man, get out of here.
Portugal as a country makes no sense.
No, it's half of Spain, right?
Not even half. It's just this little strip that Spain never conquered for some reason.
And they like dominated the seas for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Portugal had the best boats in the
Oh
world.
yeah.
Makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Why didn't Spain just take the rest of it and be like, all right, cool, man? It's
I
just
don't
a
know.
little steak sliver.
Spain didn't take it. I don't think really the Berbers ever took it when the Muslims ruled Spain for fucking 800 years. It's really weird.
Yeah.
By the way, I just read this on the fucking Wikipedia. SNL did a cold open of his caning.
Oh, yeah.
In season 19.
Yeah.
Who played him?
Was it
Emilio
Dana Carvey?
Estevez.
Was Emilio Estevez?
Emilio Estevez played him. Kevin Nealon gave the caning, and then Rob Schneider and Phil Hartman were in the sketch as well.
Man.
So I'm gonna watch that after this is over.
Heavy hitters, dude. Heavy hitters.
Yeah, I like that.
We don't have them anymore. There's nobody on SNL. That whole fucking
There was some
show's
other
dead.
weird shit that happened. Well, it didn't happen today, but I think it.
It's also a fucking pro wrestling match, a topical one that featured. It was a Singapore Canes match.
Oh,
No
yeah.
way.
Tommy Dreamer used to carry a Singapore cane, ECW. And then he
Fuck
brought that to WWF.
yes, dude.
And he was like the hardcore champion. for a
God
bit.
damn it. I love shit like that. I love shit like that. I'd love a wrestling character named Baby Jessica who just throws bricks from the well at people. Like that's her whole thing. She just takes bricks to people's
But who's
faces.
her enemy? Like Gravity?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's different characters where you're just like, all right, I'm still pissed off at the paramedics, Like Dr. Britt Baker, she's a dentist. She never fixed my teeth when I fell down that well. Something. You can create your own backstories there in your own world if you want. What else did you see that was fucked up?
I don't know if you guys have seen this story from South Africa. Have anybody seen this? 22, a pub in South Africa. I think it's near Cape Town in a place in a city called East London in South Africa. They found 22 people dead.
Jesus Christ.
Some as young as 13, and they have no visible wounds, and nobody can tell how they died. 22 people in a bar, in a pub, and they're all dead, and nobody can figure out what happened.
What?
They sent the bodies off to like a toxicology place in Cape Town. I don't know, man.
Havana syndrome?
No, it seems like ritual suicide or something like that.
Or like
I can't.
a pipe leak or something?
Could be a gas leak, but I mean,
yeah.
who knows? I don't know. We'll find out at some point, though. But that's really bizarre. Just that news popped this morning, and was like,
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's like 22 people are dead. Nobody knows how. Like there's
Like,
no
so there's no wounds, there's no drugs,
there's no like weapons sitting around. There's no visible wounds anywhere. It would have to be something like that or a ritual suicide, right?
But if you're going to commit suicide, then there's going to be
Well, they were in a pub, so there'd be drinks everywhere, anyways, right?
right. So that's true. So you're talking about like Jim Jones in it.
Yeah, but usually those people dress this. Well, not Jim Jones didn't, but the fucking remember the Hail Bop people?
Yeah.
The Heaven's Gate cult.
Yeah,
They all
yeah.
wear those like purple Nike tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have like a note or something.
Well, the Hail Bop people left a survivor to tell their
to
tale.
tell the story. That's
Yeah.
nice. That's old school shit. That's what they used to do back in Rome and shit like that. Like, hey, you go tell everybody what just happened.
Yeah,
here.
what we just did.
I just fucked everybody up.
By the way, this is a picture. Well, it's in the video. It's a still of the pub.
Let's see it.
I mean,
Doesn't look like there's much gas there.
doesn't look like a pub.
No, it looks like a favela.
Yeah, that looks like in the jungles of Jamaica. You tell your cab driver to take you to get some weed, and they're like, yeah, hang on, we'll go and do this pub. And you're like, wait a minute. This feels like a small house.
Womb Raiders saying a similar thing happened before when a volcano under a lake released poison gas. Like, I guess some kind of, it would be, what do you call it? Not methane. Carbon monoxide, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Building up under the surface, and it leaks through something. I mean, maybe that's very possible.
And that would just knock everybody out. So that would make sense.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't know, especially to be honest. So natural gas has no scent.
Right.
They add the scent to it so you can fucking tell.
Correct. Yeah.
Maybe they ran out of flavoring.
Over in South Africa?
I don't know. I mean, that's like whenever something weird like this happens, it almost always tracks back to somebody's incompetence, like cutting corners or doing something stupid. Like, I don't know, the Texas electrical grid, for example.
Yeah.
Like giving Republicans all the money, telling them, hey, fix ERCOT, it's fucked. Like, okay, cool, we'll do it. And then 30% of homes in Central Texas lose like their first floor to flooding.
It's fucking hot here, too. I mean, both sides. Because, you're always... When you're in this type of heat, you're always wondering, like, when's the electricity going to go out? Everybody's using the AC.
Brett said that one killed a whole village of people.
Oh, fuck. That's got to be some form of gas, then. This one? The one we were just talking about?
It's
the volcano one.
Oh, the other one?
The volcano one. But it's got to be something like that.
By the way, they just gave those Havana Syndrome people money. They gave them like $200,000 a pop and said, sorry, we're not going to be able to fix your shit, dude.
They don't even know what it is. And if they do, they're not saying,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. But I do know that each of them got $200K. So who knows?
Is it worth it?
No. Fuck no.
I don't know. What are the symptoms of Havana syndrome? Can you look that up?
I will, yeah.
Yeah.
It might be like I want to say it's almost like a long COVID type of situation. Like
I tell you what, while you're looking that up, I'll do sponsors, and we'll get back to it real quick. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. If you're watching the chat, it's nice to see a Ghostbed ad in the top right. Rich, you sent me in a commercial. We were moving, if you're watching the show. We're going to insert that on Spotify and all that fun stuff soon. I just haven't had a chance to look at it here, kind of getting everything in order. And look, throw the camera on Dan. Delco Dan. That hat, I'll tell you, Delco, yourself. Go ahead and throw it on yourself. That orange hat, is that a life choice, or what is that? Because you're in the dark today?
Bucket hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
buckets are back.
They're not back.
You like my shirt too?
I like the shirt, yes. Yes. The hat,
Now,
that was a little much.
the only thing surprising about that shirt is that you don't have a pack of like Winston's rolled up in the sleeve.
That's it. I watched the BET Awards last night. I saw that hat a lot last night, so I didn't know if it was in honor of that.
No. I just went to wrestling this morning. And
Oh, good.
I was profusely sweating, so I had to change. This is the only shirt I had in the car. And I
Wrestling.
figured I'd throw a hat on.
Yeah, wrestling, by the way. It's
I
called
like it.
wrestling. And if you're wrestling out there, do it on a GhostBed from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. The funniest thing that I get pretty much like on a weekly basis is like, hey, dude, I got so tired of you reading this goddamn ad, I finally just bought the bed. And then it's usually ... You were right, the bed's amazing. We wouldn't ask you to spend this kind of cash if the bed wasn't amazing. We just wouldn't have partnered up with these people. True story. So everything in there is pretty fucking awesome. The cooling pillows are amazing. The cooling mattress is awesome. The sheets are amazing. I have pretty much everything in the store, full disclosure, including those bases, the electrical bases. Because you got to plug them into a wall. They're not operated off of batteries. Some people are asking that too. No, you just plug it into the back of your wall. I have all of it except for the weighted blanket. That is it. And it's simply because I'm worried I'm going to oversleep. I don't want to. I heard you hibernate for like 14 hours. Maybe it's like a good drug blanket. Like, I mean, you go out and do ecstasy the night before.
That's what they used. That's what you use to get babies to sleep for a long time, or like a dog. It's like a thunder jacket or some shit.
Yeah, a little thunder jacket.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is. But 30% off, promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout. Fill up the entire car, you get 30% off, or 40% off the bundle package, which is the adjustable base and the mattress combined together. And all of those deals can be combined with a 60-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest, as long as you have decent credit at the old ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Today's the day to get a new mattress. It's hot as shit out all over the nation. Get yourself a new mattress and some pillows. Next up, we got hardafseltzer.com. Shipping to 41 states. Used to be 42, but we're live in the state of Tennessee. So if you're in Tennessee and you're in the Murfreesboro area, should be in all your stores. Nashville area will be in all your stores. Smyrna. It's even in Smyrna and Hendersonville. So if you're there, normal prices. And that's because of you guys. So we put it up to ship out around the country. And then we took all that money and then we're going out slowly to state by state to stores. We are in 30 or 40 stores, I think, in Tennessee already. And that expansion will just keep going. In the meantime, Tennessee is off the board. So if you're trying to order to Tennessee, just go to the store and get it. That's fun.
And if you don't if you live in an area in Tennessee and you can't find a store that has it, go to the store and say, hey, I want you to carry this. Reach out to your distributor.
Yes.
And they will do that, and then they will carry it.
So in Tennessee, because a lot of people are saying East Tennessee versus West Tennessee.
Is there a rivalry?
Apparently.
What's the colors for?
Orange versus white? I don't know. I have no idea what it is. It's like
boy.
the Vols. It's like the Vols. But look, Tennessee's a weird state because it's all sideways like that.
Yeah.
You have like Chattanooga and then Memphis on the other side, and then Nashville's up above it, and then you got Knoxville and all that other shit. If it's not in your store, our distributor is Best Brands. You can just reach out to them and say, hey, go and put Hard AF Seltzer in these stores wherever you're at in Tennessee, and they'll do it. In the meantime, if you don't live in Tennessee, then we just ship right to your house. Go to hardafseltzer.com. Helps the show, helps us keep the lights on. Obviously, these guys don't have lights on them today, and that's why, because we need to buy more seltzer. 8% right to the dome, no carbs, no sugars, but all the fucking fun. We only ship by the case, that's it. So you can party with the whole neighborhood and get fucked up for 4th of July weekend. Go to hardafseltzer.com today. Last but not least, we got the store. D'Anthony, it's always fun when the sponsors are ours today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
drinkinbros.com/store. Store's open. Flags are there. Drinkin' Bros podcast flags, defund politicians.
Click shop. Yeah, get out of that.
Yep.
Click shop now up there on the top thing.
Boom.
No, like right there. Yeah.
This is all at drinkinbros.com/store.
I just wanted to look at some of these new. That's a Butt Pilot wine glass.
Ah, that's fun. Look at that.
That's so stupid.
Just get fun things for everybody.
There's still no sense to be made out of any of this.
None
But
whatsoever.
If you're looking for patriotic stuff, we have a bunch of like cool, funny stuff, like the original Drinkin' Bros, the defund politicians with the thug life, George Washington.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my favorite ones. That's going to be in a new sticker pack coming up here pretty soon.
And the original Drinkin' Bros
Yeah.
with all the founding fathers is
Yep.
fucking hilarious. Big fan, and these help us. We got the defund politicians shirts in there, the Drinkin' Bros shirts. We're wearing all the things. I've even got the snapback on here. The flex. This is actually the new flex fit, by the way. This is the fucking jam, dude.
Yeah.
I used to, for real, buy these of my favorite teams and shit. And I was like, it'd be dope to have my own one day. Congratulations, that day is here. I have it. Go to drinkinbros.com/store. Speaking of 4th of July, what are you doing this weekend? You guys are getting out of here, right?
Yeah, sometime Thursday after I record Citizen,
Okay.
we're going to drive up.
Go up to the Ozarks?
Yeah, we're not trusting the airlines to be competent any longer.
Boy,
That
it's
shit's
wild,
over.
isn't
Yeah.
it? Everybody's getting canceled. It's hit and miss, man. Hit and miss out there. I think a lot of people are worried about that for the old 4th of July weekend. I'm not going. I've got a newborn, so I don't have to go anywhere anymore.
Now we're going to
It's
take
just
Joel
like
with
great.
us. We sent a couple of cases
Really?
of Hard AF up there. We're going to take some pictures and just get fucked up.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
Joel's living his best life. He was in Vegas last weekend. Now he's going to
Yeah.
go rage up there. Is his lady still in town?
No, she left yesterday, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got a foreign girlfriend
Yeah.
overseas. What land is that? It's one of those I feel like that Russia just kind of chipped off. Or
It's the Czech Republic.
oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not terrible, right?
No, she lives in Prague. It's dope.
Oh no shit. All right. Fuck, man. I've never been there. Have you been to Prague?
I've not. My brother's been a bunch though. He loves it there.
Okay.
And my old roommate, his mom is, she lives there, and she used to mail us like real. When Jared and I lived together back in the day, she would mail us real wormwood, absinthe, and olive oil bottles.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And of course, our first instinct was to make a cocktail that's half wormwood, absinthe, and half Everclear.
Oh god damn. There's no way.
With nothing else. It's just those two ingredients.
black out?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Pretty much every time we drank it.
Yeah, I remember I had a buddy go over there and he shipped us back a bottle, you know, and we made a whole night of it. You know, we had all of our friends over and like, great, we'll do the whole thing where you burn the sugar cube right above it.
Well, you can, you can not sear it, I guess. I guess it's just kind of melted a little bit and then pour cold water over it. I never do that.
Yeah.
And also, I've drank more absinthe than anybody I've ever met, and I've never hallucinated from it. Like, I've gotten super fucked up, but
No.
I've never hallucinated.
So everybody's told us the same thing that, oh man, you're gonna fucking hallucinate. It's gonna be some wild trip. And so, I mean, we made a night of it. It was like 6 of us, right?
Yeah.
We were like, all right, nobody's leaving. We're gonna do this absence together, and whatever happens, I'll see you on the other side. Nothing happened except everybody got blackout drunk. I would say half my friends threw up.
Oh yeah,
because it's super fucking strong.
it's you know, I'd have to look and see what it is, but I think it's like 180 proof, or something like that.
Yeah,
which is 90% alcohol.
Yeah, it's wild. It doesn't taste that great. It kind of tastes like raw rumplemints a little bit.
Yeah, it's like star anise or whatever. Like
Star anise.
Yeah, but it does have, like, if it has wormwood in it, it could potentially have some psychoactive properties because you can extract lysergic acid from wormwood, right? And that's a precursor to LSD, so it's possible. Maybe I had done so much LSD, like actual LSD, that I didn't notice.
I think when there's traces of shit in things, like, it's not really like, oh man, you're gonna fucking trip. It's like, I don't know, I guess, man, if you're 17, but not as an adult man. My experience wasn't great. It was fine. Like, I had no desire to do it again after that.
No,
Bob,
it tastes like shit.
Yeah,
it's not good.
It tastes awful.
Yeah. Unless you like black licorice, then
Exactly.
you're gonna like it.
But even with all the things, like we burn the sugar cubes and all that other shit. Bob, there's a breaking story here in Missouri. That's where you're from, right?
Yes.
Amtrak train got derailed, 243 on board, hit a dump truck, and there's mass casualties in Missouri right now. That's fucking wild. This is what Biden wanted, was more Amtrak. Why was a dump truck on the tracks and you can't stop a train in time?
I saw a bit of it this morning. I'm pretty sure that Amtrak, and who knows if this is legit or not, but Amtrak said that the dump truck was trespassing in a place that it wasn't supposed to be.
Okay.
So
That's
not
great. What's the real story then?
So here is this train. I mean, it didn't derail. It fucking flipped.
Oh, shit. Damn, dude.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's not great.
No, it's not great at all.
It says mass casualties. Do we have any kind of idea?
How many?
I'm looking through the story
What are the
right
numbers
now
here?
on the Daily Mail.
Why does Daily Mail have better shit, like the fastest, better than American media outlets?
It's like TMZ.
Yeah, but they're better. Like, why is it the Daily Mail?
Because
They have no shame.
they pay for their stories.
Okay, TMZ and the Daily Mail have shit faster than everybody else, dude. I always go to them for like the craziest shit.
Well, it's called the Daily Fail as well.
Why?
Because they get shit wrong a lot. They have to print quite a few corrections.
Take a swing.
But, you know,
if you take a swing.
there's no penalty for that anymore in media, so who cares? I guess that's their perspective.
Right. They don't have like a facade of journalistic integrity.
Yeah.
Oh, they said another Amtrak train in Brentwood, California?
Yeah. So another one, 3 killed as Amtrak train hits car in Northern California. Although this, I don't know if that's on the train, really.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the one where the person was somewhere they weren't supposed to be.
That is, yeah. Well, look, the dump truck shouldn't have been there either. The fuck is the dump truck doing on the goddamn train tracks?
I think we should start.
I have 4 passengers confirmed dead, 50 plus injured or seriously injured.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We should start. Remember, like villains back in the day used to tie people up and just put them on train tracks?
Yeah.
Why don't we do that anymore?
There's a bunch of shit you could do.
Here's the difference between a British train, like a distance train or whatever, not like a British subway or whatever. Look at this. English train.
Yep.
Hobo Amtrak train.
Yeah, you bet. But that's what Biden wants to fund, is more Amtrak, because we need that.
I think it's better on the East Coast.
High-speed trains are good. It's not the Amtrak sucks.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why there's a British train guy who goes around train spotting and not an American train
My
spotting.
mother-in-law takes trains all the time, and there's something always fucked up happens. Like, she's always delayed, so we always get the same call every single time. She's like, somebody's on the train, or somebody got hit by the train, or an animal got hit by the train, and it's going to be delayed for like 4 hours. And I was like, what do you do when that happens?
Yeah.
And she was like, we get off the train. And I'm like, really? It's still like the 1800s. Well, you just kind of walk around. And
they smoke a lot of deer.
Yes. Yeah. And that I understand, because it's like, hey,
deer is the
can't
dumbest
stop.
animal. Like the deer is the only thing in life that really makes me think there might be a god, because they're so fucking like, I've been in a deer stand before and popped one.
Yeah.
And then an even bigger one will walk up and start sniffing that one, and I'll pop that one too.
Yeah.
That's how fucking dumb those things are. So, and they also taste delicious. So
Yeah, they do.
It's like,
they do.
if you're going to make something super smart, maybe don't make it delicious. And that's where pigs come in. Pigs are also super delicious, but they're kind of smart, right?
But they're but here's the thing: deer are beautiful animals. I see them all the time on my drive home. I love seeing them. I love seeing the goddamn things.
Yeah, if you look
they taste amazing and they're nice to look at. With a bunch of wild boars roaming the streets. No.
Well, I don't eat wild boar like regular pigs, but
I don't want to see those fucking things.
No,
either.
even regular pig.
'Cause they get
Regular
into
pigs
groups
are actually
of 30 to 50.
Yeah.
Regular pigs are pretty smart.
Yeah, they're
Like,
smart.
If you just want a full like sentient meal, just eat like calamari, some bacon.
Well, calamari, those are aliens.
and then dolphin.
yeah, and some dolphin.
Brittney, if you look on Brittney's story, Instagram story from last night, there was like 10 of them just in our backyard hanging
Deer,
out.
yeah.
last night,
Yeah.
They're super dumb. Generally speaking, they'll run right into a fucking car, but they're also kind of like they're kind of smart in a way because all the deer that are hanging out right now are whitetail, which is out of season. When it comes season for whitetail, they won't just be hanging out anymore.
How many times did you think about grabbing it and just being like, man, I could just take one?
They're all kind of small, to be honest.
Okay.
I'll give them some time. Like I'm going to sneak out there and knife one at some point. I don't want the neighbors.
What is
to
this
see.
photo?
A suppressor.
This is my favorite, actually, deer fail.
What a fucking
is when they just try to jump a fence and impale themselves.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah, they're so stupid.
They're really fucking dumb, man.
But I will say, whenever a train, like they tell you they hit a deer, it's usually a homeless person. I'm not even kidding.
Oh yeah.
With antlers.
Yeah, one of the times
We
they
hit a
Amtrak-
deer. It's like I'm in Center City. What the fuck are you talking
So
about?
she lives in California, and there was one of the time it was a fucking homeless person, and they were cooking on the track, like there was a whole thing, and it was just like, all right, man, sweet, and they'll come on and tell you, they'll be honest about it on Amtrak. They'll be like, hey, we got to clear a body.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh well, shit. I don't know why Amtrak exists. We got to get the fucking Elon Musk shit going, where he's digging holes and throwing shit through
Yeah,
there.
the Hyperloop.
Yeah, he just asked for. I know there's funding for it in Austin. They want to do something in Austin. They're working on it now. I mean, I want the goddamn cars first, but whatever, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to. He's been trying to do it from LA to the Bay Area for fucking 20 years now, basically. Well, 15, I guess.
Yeah, because who is it? Jerry Brown was the governor. That he spent all that money.
Governor Moonbeam.
Yeah, he spent a fuck ton of money trying to make that happen, and it was just like, man, I don't know that people want that. Nobody really gives a shit.
I mean, it would. So there's like, I don't know how many daily flights there are back and forth between LA and Oakland Airport or SFO. There's a bunch.
Oh, there's tons.
And
they're
it's-
every hour on the hour.
And it's like a 45-minute flight in the air, so like 115, 120 gate to gate.
Yeah.
Typically,
Yep.
depending on how busy it is during the day. But to be honest, if like the Hyperloop would have taken about 3 hours to drive, well, 2.5 to 3 hours, but you have Wi-Fi the whole time. You're sitting in a private cabin. You can eat lunch.
Yeah.
Like it's way better than being on a fucking plane for sure.
Yeah.
I like it. I hope they put one here too. I hope he gets it done. It's like a kind of like a more modern version of a subway that would connect San Antonio to Austin to Dallas and then over to Houston and back to San Antonio, basically.
Okay.
That would be pretty dope.
Well, I know, isn't McConaughey building that trail too from?
I don't know. He's
some
too
walking trail?
busy He's too busy trying to get red flag
No,
laws passed.
he is building
did
that trail from Austin to San Antonio.
That's it, yeah.
It's a walking trail.
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm
it
talking
starts at my apartment complex. And guess what's
Does
at
it
the entrance?
really?
Bunch of homeless people?
way.
There's that homeless encampment that's at the entrance.
Beautiful. You should bring in some shots for us, by the way. Like, do you ever take any photos? Some like long lens?
I'll
long
take some
lens
photos today. Yeah, it's
Okay.
just there's so many shopping carts.
How many fucking people live behind you?
A lot.
Do you live in a shitty part of town, or?
No,
No,
I live
not
in
at all.
Sunset Valley.
He lives right at 290 and Mopac.
Oh, Mopac Shakur. Do you think when they cleared out all of downtown, they just sent them over there and they were just like, well, figure this out?
Yeah, they just started to migrate.
Yeah, they just went back into the woods.
Because that's what I keep thinking about is like when they cleaned up LA for the Super Bowl. I mean, there's a fuck ton in LA, and I'm like, where do they all go? They had to go somewhere. They didn't just incinerate them. You know?
Well, I mean, you would think that if they
Maybe.
didn't always show back up.
Oh, man, I'm not sure what happened there, but who knows? Who knows? Inflation keeps going up, kids. They got a new thing. There's going to be inflation relief for millions in California. They're going to get $1,050, Stan.
And where's that money coming from?
Inflation. It's a great question, but Gavin Newsom just announced it last night. He'd reached an agreement with state legislators on a $17 billion inflation relief package. That's what I wanted to ask you about today. Where does that money come from?
They borrow it.
Okay, from federal, from
I have no idea.
I mean, you can't walk into like a Bank of America and say, "Give me 17 billion."
I honestly don't know, but I know that borrowing money or printing more money to solve inflation is like handing a drowning person a cup of fucking water.
Yeah.
California itself, though, I believe would be one of the highest grossing economies in the world.
Sixth largest economy. Not not profitable though.
They have a. I don't know if this is where it's coming from, but they actually have a 97 billion budget surplus.
Yeah,
They are not in the red.
United States
Probably
that is
from
actually in
probably
the
from
black.
defunding the police.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I guess theoretically they could pull it out of their fucking surplus. Not that they ever do. I don't know what they do with it, but
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if they do have a surplus, then injecting actual real money that exists into that is a good thing. That is a good thing.
So,
but I don't know. I mean, like they borrowed a fuck ton of money in 2004 when Schwarzenegger won, right, to get out of that Gray Davis situation.
Correct.
But they ended up being, and by the time Schwarzenegger left, they were back in a pretty decent position.
Yeah, so it says millions of Californians will be receiving this $1,050. I don't know where that figure came from exactly. As part of a new middle-class tax rebate. It's more money in your pockets to help you fill your gas tank and put food on the table, he tweeted. And here's how it breaks down, he says.
Well, I mean, they're kind of just like giving your own money back to you, right?
Yeah, so it says here's how they're breaking it down. Individuals making as much as 75 grand a year or joint filers making up to 150,000 a year would get $350 each plus $350 for one dependent for a maximum of $1,050. Those with income higher than 125 but lower than 250,000 would get $250 each.
So the minority of people that live outside of the major cities in California will get some benefit out of this. But if it only applies to people 75K or below, that's not most of the people that live in the city.
Right.
Like that I think for LA County, it's under 105,000 a year is considered to be poverty.
Yeah.
Right.
And the other,
San Francisco too. I think it's like 100K is middle class.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, that's impoverished in San
impoverished.
Francisco.
Yeah.
Not middle
I'm
class.
just going to look at the old calculator here. See how much that would be. So if you're filling up a tank of gas, 20 gallons right now, it's $8.05. And in LA, we'll just go with LA. I know it's higher up in San Francisco and shit like that. It's $160 just to fill 20 gallons. Now, let's face it, most cars are more than 20 gallons. So he's essentially giving you 2 tanks of gas. Is he going to do this every single month is the question? Because if not, then you're kind of fucked. Hey, you're just getting some more money in the mail.
I don't know. Sagar and Yeti posted a Car and Driver article this morning. The average monthly car payment is now somewhere between $650 and $700 a month,
Yes.
which means just for your car plus insurance and gas, you're over $1,000 a month.
oh my god,
That's
who
the
the
average.
fuck is spending that much money on a car?
No, with everything.
With
Gas.
everything. Yeah,
No, he
we-
said
no.
adding that stuff
Insurance.
puts it over 1,000, but 600 is just the car payment.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. 'Cause
So that's
if-
just the loan.
So if you, I'll put it to you this way: if you put down, let's say the lowest, if you have decent credit, which is about $5,000 to put down on a car, we were looking at what we were trying to wrap one of those Gladiators, those Jeep Gladiators, with the truck version, the pickup truck version. We were trying to wrap it for like Hard AF Seltzer events and shit like that. $5,000 down on that, and it was, I think the car was $48,000. Your payments was, and this was with, my credit's at like 815 or whatever it is. My payment would have been $759 a month.
So not 60 months.
What's that?
Was it 60 months? What was it?
No, shit. It was longer than that. Because the longer you stretch out the months, then the cheaper the payments become, right? So I think that was at 72. Now the highest you can go is 84 months. Some will allow you 96 if you're buying something crazy, like something exotic or something like that. But like, that's not great, dude. I mean, that's just not fucking great. And that was a basic, Jeep pickup truck. It was nothing crazy.
Yeah, that's the base model for that particular car.
But the interesting thing that is going on now is if you look at these bigger trucks that used to be more expensive that we couldn't get our hands on before, those fucking things are all available now.
Yep.
Magically. Or they're like, oh, hey, the ones that, yeah. Oh, does that take a shit ton of gas to fill up? Those are all sitting on the lot. I got 2 calls this morning.
When I had to rent a car, guess what was available? They're like, hey, we upgraded you to a pickup truck. I'm like, did you?
Is it lifted? Is it a V8?
Is
Have
it an
fun.
upgrade?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you noticed like the rate of average income to the rate of necessary commodities has ballooned so much, right? When the average take-home salary was like $6,000 a year, the average home cost like $3,900.
Right.
Not a year, $3,900. The end, right? And now most people own a home. People that actually have the luxury to be able to own a home at this point are paying like their mortgage is probably something like 5 times their annual salary instead of like 2/3 of it.
Yeah.
And the same things happen with like vehicles now. We've gotten so used to loaning out, I guess, our entire life to these people who milk us. Yeah. It's the same thing that happened. This is the same thing that the labor movement to some degree solved in the early part of the 20th century, which is instead of owning the home in your textile in your Mill Hill village, right? They own the home and they lease it back to you.
Yep.
Right? And they pay you a lot of your pay is in U.S. dollars, but some of it is in currency or credit that only works at the company store. You've heard that song.
Oh, yeah.
Like at the company store. Everybody's heard that fucking song. That's what it's about. Like
You know,
now it's just the fucking, it's the government helping them do it now. That's the only difference.
You know what the name for that is? Potterville.
Yeah,
Let them move out of Potterville and own their own home.
Yeah. No. Corn Pop in the chat is saying used cars. That's where the money's at. You know, it's funny you say that. So last year, because it got down to the end of the year for taxes for us, we got a used car, but homeboy was just like, hey, dude, I need a used car and in return. So he's like, are you turning yours in? And I was like, yeah, we flip them every year. And he goes, all right, cool, man, because he goes, the used car market, I guess, is through the fucking roof right now. And I've gotten 2 calls about the cars that we have. They're like, "Hey, we'll give you $500, and we'll not look at your credit." Like that jingle that's going. And I'm just like, "Yeah, I understand, man, but we're using the fucking cars."
Yeah.
Because at this point, I think a lot of Americans are torn between getting a new vehicle versus getting a new vehicle that is electric, so they can get out of this bullshit for paying these high gas prices. And we're all kind of stuck because everybody's waiting for them. But they can't make them fast enough, and they're all sold out of even their pre-orders and all that other bullshit.
Now, when all the cars are electric, where does the electricity come from?
ERCOT, and it's great here in Texas. It runs smoothly, no problems.
I'm being serious. Does anybody know where the electricity comes from?
Coal
and nuclear.
Yeah.
I think natural gas is our main one.
No, I mean
Texas?
the ones that provide the
plug in the
bulk
wall.
of energy for cars right now. Now, it would be at some point when they reach a critical mass, it would be whatever provides the most of the energy, right?
Right.
But that's not how it works right now, unfortunately, because that would completely break our system, and then at least we'd have to fix it. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're fucked. We're fucked.
Yeah. Somebody's saying here about that we traded in a 5-year-old minivan with 108,000 miles wear and tear, $15K. Pretty amazing.
Oh, I bought a new car, I guess a year ago at this point, and I turned in my piece of shit 2009 Nissan Altima that I had just treated like shit, drove into the fucking ground. I got like $4,000 for it.
I mean, you treat all cars like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're stupid.
Are you? Do you treat your cars nice? Cars to me are just like transportation. I don't really get my dick hard for them that much. So, I'll get them cleaned once, twice a year. That's about it. I'm good to go.
Do you treat your cars nicely, Rob?
They're all right.
I treat them not.
Dan thinks I treat him like shit. Like mine were just like full of like water bottles and shit.
Yeah,
like it wasn't like.
I have kids and they fuck it up, and it's like, dude, if I had to keep it clean and try to vacuum out all their bullshit at the end of the day,
Oh, it wasn't that. It was just
be a full-time job.
He had the check engine light on for months.
That's the car's fault.
That's the car's
not.
fault.
I swear to God, it's just a fucked up car. It also still says, I just got new tires, and it's always fucking constantly like low air. And I like go and look at it, I'm like, no, it's fucking fine. Like,
I mean, he always goes like 20,000 miles over an oil change. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Dan was doing inspections on my car when his was dead.
I do it too. I think for the last, like, I don't know, 3 weeks, I'm pressing the OK button because it says oil change. And I'm like, okay, I'll care about that when I start smelling something burning. You know, other than that, no, I don't care. It's a used fucking car. I don't really give a shit. So.
You know, in California, they passed a law that, you know how you used to be able to go to, like, any of the car parts stores or whatever? Mm-hmm. I don't even know the names of any of them. What are, like, Western Auto or some
Pep
shit
Boys.
Like
Pep Boys, dude.
You used to be able to go there and just the dude at the counter would come out, plug something into your car, and tell you what the check engine light. That's illegal in California now.
Yeah.
Now it has to be done by a mechanic
AutoZone.
because of their mechanic unions.
Correct.
No, you can't get it done at AutoZone.
No, I know.
You have to go to like Jiffy Lube, like an actual mechanic to get it done,
Yeah.
and they have to charge you a certain hourly rate for it as well.
And they always charge fair.
Yeah. So what I did was I just bought the one off the internet. And then I could look up the code that it gives me.
Sure.
It's super easy, especially in Jeeps. There's a little panel on the bottom left right there. You just plug this thing into it, and it spits out the code.
No shit.
Yeah, it cost me $28.
I always had fun getting the yearly checkup. That was $45. And then you sit there, they turn on your car for about 30 seconds with you in the vehicle, and then congratulations, the state gets more money. And you're like, man, fuck off with this. They were worried about smog in LA, which was hilarious. I was like, man, this is the wrong place to do it, brother. I mean, that is fucking pure insanity to me. We need you guys to send in some more Drinkin' Bros of the week, by the way. I think we've gotten to the end of them. Magically?
I have one.
You do? You got one? Good.
I do, actually. Two, actually, I should say.
Fire away. Fire away.
The first one is the guy who gave him $4,000 for that shitty car.
Yeah. No, not really, because they gave it to me at CarMax, which is where my identity got stolen. So I'm in the red on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say a little bit of the somber one, actually. Me and Dan's former coworker, Dylan Van Dam, passed away. He was the guy who shot all the videos we did at Total Frat Move and shit like that. Passed away kind of mysteriously, I guess.
Yeah, he just went to sleep, never woke up. So.
Yeah.
How old was he?
38, 39? Yeah. A little bit older than me.
Weird.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Really, like, literally like the nicest human being I've ever met in my fucking life.
Just a ball of energy.
Yeah, like he was like a golden retriever. Like he was just like the nicest fucking guy. Yeah, he directed like all the videos that I did that I wrote and was in for like TFM and stuff like that. Very random. Got that news over the last week, so we've been pretty bummed about that.
Sorry, man. Sorry to hear about that.
And then one of my fraternity brothers also passed away in his sleep last week, which was extremely bizarre. Matt Dalton, who I enjoyed very much. Younger brother, my buddy Mike Dalton, who was also in the fraternity. So I'll give it to those two. Enjoyed them both immensely. Going to miss them.
Damn, Bob, maybe it's you.
It might be.
You know?
The angel of death.
Yeah. Who knows? That sucks, man. Sorry to hear that. Cheers. But you guys can submit your Drinkin' Bros of the week. Go to drinkinbros.com. There's a submission form in the top right, and it just goes straight to our email, unless that was disabled.
No.
Or maybe I'm disabled.
Yes.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what it is. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, go there. Just click it, and you can nominate whoever you want. I want to fucking tell you, though, Mike Erskine is a real person, by the way. A few weeks ago, Nick Erskine was his name. And I was accused of potentially falling for someone's ruse. Turns out it was not a ruse. It's a real person. So, Nick, you did the right thing, damn it. He nominated himself. But he did say he does get that all the time. So, if you can figure it out, it was over my head at the time. So, obviously, I'm not racist. Luckily, not like you guys. You guys knew right away. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is, bro. But
I've seen too many TFM usernames.
That's fine.
I'm just scarred from it.
This was a real person, and we're actually friends on Facebook. So whatever, man. Nothing I can do about it. Parties are coming up, though. We're 10 weeks away from college football. Cannot fucking wait. Texas and Alabama are playing here week 2. We've got Drinkin' Bros Sports coming up here in about, what do you reckon, boys? 15, 20?
Sure. I mean, turnaround will be quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say put a 15-minute ceiling on it.
Yeah. So going over to Drinkin' Bros Sports on YouTube. We're going to be live over there in a second. We've gotten lucky with the Spotify feed. So the Monday morning recap show is always on Spotify. And you can watch that on video as well as audio because it's off the Drinkin' Bros feed. Fun one, though. The first spreads came out for opening week. We'll be going over those, chatting with you about some of the odds on the old mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles our deposit. Is Mexican Nick here? Is he gone?
Is there?
Okay. He can take his victory lap today because the Colorado Avalanche won the whole Stanley Cup. He called it before the series started. So the 1 minute Nick did it. He fucking picked the whole goddamn series before. This was pre-playoffs too, Nick. So I'll give you some love for that because that was pretty impressive. This was before the playoffs had even begun, and you picked them to win it all. So we'll be chatting about that and some other fun, flirty things over there. In the meantime, go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. It's all the advertisers care about. That's it. It's the fucking goddamn reviews. So just go and do it, please. And then Spotify is just a 5-star. Click that on your phone and then throw it out the window. You don't have to do anything else with it. After that, we greatly appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, kids. We'll see you tomorrow. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros podcast.